Hey Justin, it's Trey. Making this video to kind of show you around the new CrossFit Whole Life Challenge website. Um, we've spent a lot of time on this trying to get it to do everything you guys want to do. Um, Unfortunately, we couldn't do everything we wanted to do with kind of the budget and the restrictions that kind of put on us. But I think that we're pretty close, and I think it gives you a good amount of functionality. I'm actually uploading the site right now, so hopefully you'll be able to access it here shortly. But I wanted to kind of give you a tour of the site and kind of give you an idea of the workflow. So eventually, when you go to the website, this is the kind of the site you're going to see. Now, we can come back and add some styling elements later, but the main part we've been working on is just the functionality, is to make this work like we want to. So what you'll first notice is you'll have a homepage which kind of gives you the overall details of the contest. The other tabs that you'll see are the daily survey, the activity stream, a tab to register, the blog, and the leaderboard. The all of the tabs require that you log in, except for the register, obviously, and the blog. So go back here to the home page. So when we send a new participant to the page, they can either log in right here. If they don't have an account, they can create an account here, or they can just click on register. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and register. So I'm going to create a username. My email address, a password, and my name. Complete sign up. I already have registered under this email address, testing it. Okay, I actually went and deleted that user so I can reset this up again. So Heath. Okay, it's going to say you have successfully created your account, and it's going to send me an email. So now I'm going to go back home here, go log in. And to log in, I'm going to go here to my email, and it's going to send me an activation link here. Click on that. And now I am successfully logged in. Alright, so now that I'm logged in, I can actually participate in all of the pages here. So now I'm going to take you kind of through the workflow of how your participants are going to be able to fill out the daily survey, as we call it, to add their points, and also comment on what they do every day. Now, the tremendous challenge about this is that what you required is you required two things that are, well, actually three things that are really significant that made this very difficult to do. Number one is you want someone to fill out a form every single day, which means that there's going to be a lot of data. Number two, you want that data assigned to an actual person, not only to an actual person, but to an actual team member. Because I assume that you're going to break this out into separate teams. Okay, so that's a big challenge. And then number three, we need to be able to sort that data, and we started out with about 4 different ideas that we wanted to do, but the problem is those systems wouldn't allow us to deduct points. They wanted to add points over time. And so because of that, we had to completely scrap a bunch of different ideas that we'd started on, and we had to settle on the solution that we're now using, which I'll show you. Okay, so I'm logged in. Let me take you through how the daily survey is going to work. So once I'm logged in and go to the website, I need to add my points. I'm going to click on daily survey. And I'm going to see, my basic questions here. This form will associate with the actual WordPress user, but we are also required to type in their name again for data sorting later. So I'm going to type in my name here, type in my team name. Okay, and so here we're asking people to deduct their total points. They can click on this little question mark here, and it'll explain. Please select the number of nutrition deductions. So, say I have they can deduct a total of 3 points. So let's say I only lost 1 point today. For the rest of the questions, they can either do a 0 or a 1. If they have any, misunderstanding about what this means, 0 for yes, 1 for no. So I did work out, I did my stretching, took my fish oil, did my leisure time outside, did my 30 minutes of sunlight, but maybe I didn't sleep 7 hours, so I'm going to give myself a deduction there. All right, now when I'm done with that, I'm going to hit send. It's going to tell me my WordPress username, and it's going to say thanks for submitting your daily points, right? And then it'll reset. So now those points have been posted into the system. Now what I can do is I can go to the activity stream here, and I can talk about what I did today. So post update, and it's going to create this big activity stream, kind of like Facebook. I can sort by members. I can sort by topics. I can favorite different posts. I can comment on a post. I can favorite. I can delete my posts that I've done. So this will allow people to kind of give feedback on what they're doing, and then you can kind of come in here and comment on what they're doing and kind of give them encouragement. We already covered the registration. The blog is pretty basic. You just add blogs in the back end of WordPress, which I'll show you here in a second. And then the leaderboard, which we'll cover in a second, because is the big issue that we really had trouble with, is how do we get the data back out of the database into WordPress back again without any kind of someone actually manually entering it in. And that's where we're really having an issue. So let's go over how you're actually going to manage the actual contest and keep up with it. So to do this, you're going to go to, eventually, I'm going to install this into your actual live site right now. So it'll be in whatever directory the site's in, and then go to WP admin. Okay. From here, you can add a blog post just by simply putting in a quick press. and publish. Now that'll go on the blog. We can go to users, and we can actually see all the people who have signed up, and we can delete people or add. If you want to manually add people in the back end, you can do that. But the main thing that you guys are going to want to do is actually keep up with the points. So to do that, this is built under a product called QForm. So I'm going to click on QForm, and I'm going to see the CFB form that we actually created for you guys. I can click into this and go under entries. And here I'm going to see all of the entries that have been inputted. So every single entry that's inputted every single day will show up here. So this isn't going to be very manageable on this side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to QForm, and I'm going to go to export. I'm going to export entries. To select my form, there'll only be one form here. So here's where I can select which fields that I want to export. So what we can do is I can tick all of them, but what I would do is I would select the basic information that you need. So name, team name, all of the questions. And we can show their WordPress display name and their login and maybe their email. It's not very important because we're going to have their name. So let's just check all these off. I'm going to hit download. Alright, so this is going to create a CSV file that I can open up in Excel here. And now I have all the entries from all the users here. So I see their name, their team name, and their total number of points. Alright. So the problem with this is that each entry is on its own line in the database. But we can simply sort that in Excel, which you probably know how to do, but you can just filter it out by cell value here, so I can see all of this user's points, and then I can total all these up and give a total score. So what this means is this will be a great way for you guys to manage it as it goes forward. And you want to export it, you can go down here and export from a certain date. So if you only want to see the results from week to week, you can do that. The problem is how to get that data back into WordPress to have a leaderboard. And there's really, we dealt with a lot of different ways to do it, but the problem is none of them were very reliable because we're talking about a user is posting data every single day. So you may have 100 different users who are going to post 100. They're going to post one form a day with all these different data sets, and it was just when we were pulling it back in, it just wasn't in a way that we could format it. So unfortunately, that's going to be something. If you guys want that leaderboard functionality, it's going to be something that you guys are going to have to manage yourself. But hopefully, by using an Excel spreadsheet, you could export this to Google Docs, and then we could link it if you wanted to, or we can build you a nice style table like CrossFit Games, and then you could simply add a user, add a line in the table, and then change their points on a weekly basis. But you'll have to be able to get that information from an actual Excel file. So I know that's a step you wanted to avoid, but to keep it reliable, we built some technology that was doing it, but we did a test, and over time, it was just, we're having errors, database errors, and I'd rather do it this way because I know it'll work than us get into halfway through the contest and something go wrong. So, hopefully this works for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. We can add things to the style. The style really isn't important to us right now. We're just trying to make this functional and work. and so we can add to that later. And hopefully, I'll have this up for you here in a second. So thanks for your time, and let me know if you have any questions.